Been doing well. This week we're going to take a look at crossover starts. We're actually going to go through two different samples with you guys today. So the first sample here we have is Kyle Crnkovic, who is a Western Hockey League player for the Saskatoon Blades. And the second clip is actually also going to be another Western Hockey League player. It'll be a 20-year-old forward, James Hamblin. So it's going to let you watch both these videos, so one on each side. So this is the crossover start, which is the right foot stepping over the left. And then as you come back, you're going to see the second one here is the left foot now crossing over the right. So one of the big things we really want to see with our athletes is a very minimal discrepancy between the two sides. So if we look at Kyle here, we talked a little bit about this with the backwards crossover start, but you're going to really see how this right foot, I'll just zoom in just a little bit here, this right foot will really snap off into extension. And as he goes to complete that movement, what he's doing is he's using that right foot to transfer weight to the left leg or the front foot. And then as he goes to push off, you're going to notice that under push, there's a very small movement where that left skate does move out just a little bit, but we want to have that skate basically stick in place. So in a perfect world, you're going to notice how that foot does slide to the left just a little bit. We're talking about a half an inch or so. The less movement we have there, the better. Second thing you'll notice on this is eyes are already pointing down ice, obviously, but we're getting this really good full extension through the full thing, full blading contact right through till the end, and then the snapping of the toe to finish the push. If we take a quick look at the other side, what I really like about this position is, we talked a little bit about it with the forward start as well, but what you'll notice here is as he launches his body out, most of the movement we're seeing is horizontal and very little of it is vertical. So we're not wasting any energy popping up. We're trying to create length out of that first step. The idea again of generating more length, thinking long jump, not high jump. Second thing that I really like about this start is you're going to see how low that right foot is as it kind of comes past the left foot. We're just basically clearing the other foot. So if I just zoom in here a little bit, you're going to see just a really, really small space right there where that foot is kind of stepping over. Again, there's no point in that foot really driving really high. We want it to stay low so that now as soon as that under push finishes, we can get back on the ice. The foot's going to land directly underneath the center of gravity again, just like we talked about with that forward start, that backward start. And again, the next push happens right away. So you're going to see here, he does a really good job of kind of getting up on the ball. The foot lands and then snaps off through the toe again. Again, if you remember kind of with the backward start, we talked about that starting line being roughly 18 inches behind the sensors of the timing lights. So here again, we're talking about an 18, maybe 19-inch first step. Second step is creating tons of length as well. We still see this really good body lean that we saw in the first step. Again, a lot of times when we look at this, we're looking at that for that 45 to 50 degree range just to start staying in that nice low position. As he lands for the third step here, you're going to see a little small glide on this step, which I'm actually I'm okay with. I like the fact that as he plants, again, the foot's right underneath him, and then it puts him in a position to kind of get right into his stride. So at this point here, he's nice and low. We talked with the Savoy analysis, we talked a little bit about knee over toe, right? We still see that here. We see this nice long push. You see good upper body control. Right away, he's basically, after those first two steps, he's right into his normal stride. If we look at the other side, again, very similar. You're going to see that back foot really snap off. Going to see good control of the under push, really good extension on this side here. That foot just clears the other foot. It's not driving way up in the air. We're still seeing this really good body lean. Put that a little closer there. But we're still seeing that 45 degree body lean. We're seeing that similar length. He's actually a little bit longer on this side. As it plants, the skate again grips into the ice. You're going to see a little bit better on the Hamblin example what that looks like, where that toe really kind of pops off. But again, right away he's into his full stride, nice and low. And again, there's that kind of picture we talked a little bit about already. Extension is good. We got knee out over in front of the toe. We're nice and low and we're into our stride. If we go to the second clip, so now this is the Hamblin clip. Again, I'll just let you watch both sides in slow motion. The one thing you'll notice with the clip here for James is as he comes out on this first step, he does an excellent job of getting up on the toe. So if we just go a little bit slower through here, I'm going to zoom in on that foot. You're going to see as the skate lands, you can actually really see how that heel never ever touches down. It's toe, heel drops and kind of loads and then snaps off right away. So that's the one thing probably that he does a little bit better than we saw in the other clip. We come back to this side. And you're going to see it here, same thing. Lands up on the toe, heel never touches the ice, grips, and then snaps off. So we talk a little bit with our athletes about the idea of grip, don't slip, which simply, as simple as that sounds, means getting the toe of the skate to dig into the ice. So as they land, as soon as they make contact, they're already kind of rebounding off. The idea would be like kind of dropping a lacrosse ball onto a piece of cement as opposed to dropping a puck. If the puck hits and it lands, it just will deaden completely. Whereas you want to have that rebound effect off the ice, where the rebound effect the lacrosse ball will create off the ground. If we come back, just kind of looking at those same things we talked about with the first clip, what you'll notice again, that back foot, he does a great job of getting nice and low. You see that back leg will generate the first push, so the right foot is pushing off. Again, pretty good control. There's a little bit of movement where that under push slides over as well. Really good extension. We talked about body lean. Again, we want to try and feel like we're launching down ice. So 45 is kind of that magic number we always try to get our athletes at. We're creating a lot of length here. Again, we're almost probably at 2 feet length, which is pretty good for a 5 foot 10, 5 foot 11 player. Again, we maintain that good low position all the way through. Good extension off the second push. And then right into the stride, which you'll notice a little bit different on this clip, where the previous one on this third plant, he was kind of more already into his skating stride, whereas here we see him land on his toe and then try and push off through it. Sometimes what I find with players like this, and this is where sometimes you'll see a player toe pick, is as they get onto their toe here, by the time they plant and turn and get in a position to push right here, now we're way out in front of that foot as opposed to being over top of it. So we want to really think like we're loaded, whereas at this point he doesn't really have a lot of weight on that foot to push with, and he kind of almost falls over that foot as opposed to really driving off of it. If we take a look at the other side, again, same thing. You're going to see that very similar back foot push. The left leg here now pushes off. Really good under push. We talked about body lean. Still looks pretty good. We're still creating very similar length up on the toe. Good extension off. And then same thing here where you see that kind of foot plant, turn, and then push, where we just kind of let our body get ahead of that foot. The one kind of correction we could really focus on here for this player is as they plant here, if they're going to get onto this toe in this step, we really need to open up that hip and get that toe pointed more to the side so it's already in a position to push as soon as it lands. If you have any questions for me regarding this breakdown, please feel free to reach out to Brian at makingstrides.com or www.makingstrides.com.